Welcome in live to day 4 of the Shipyard PBR Showdown. We're live from, looks like a youth field here, Coach. Beautiful Wando River here in the background as we have the Shipyard Youth Showdown going on at the same time.
Big day of baseball over there. They get done a little earlier than we do, but they've had some big games over there. Heard a lot of cheering at some of these youth fields over here. A lot of balls leaving the yard, so a lot of fun for those kids.
Big day in the state, as you know. We got championship day here at the Shipyard PBR Showdown, and then the Tigers take on the Gamecocks for a rubber match.
It's a big day. I think there was a lot of people in the stadium in the ballpark yesterday that thought the Tigers were going up 2-0. I'm not going to mention any names, but it was 7-3. They thought they were cooked.
Hey, just remember my pick here on the podcast. I told the Cox would take 2 or 3, so it's looking like Sammy's already out on that pick. So
Drew, you're going to win one way or the other. Either it's
exactly right.
Or his Tigers are going to be 2-1 in the series. So
that's exactly right.
Big day for him.
So we're going to kind of talk about players of the day as you've seen on previous days before. My player of the day is pretty easy here. We had a big game with James Allen and Lugolf Elgin, basically a semifinal game. And Keeler Osborne, 2023 right-handed pitcher outfielder for James Allen, had a left-handed pitcher outfield for James Allen very early. Had a hell of a day. On the mound, he was 85-86. Curveball at 73-75 with a changeup at 76. Uber competitor on the mound, but that's not even the biggest part of his day. Diving catch out in the outfield, as well as a bases clearing double in the game that I believe put James Allen ahead.
They were up 6-5, I believe, something like that, and 2 outs. He hit a 3-run double
and kind of pulled them away.
Double kind of separated it, knocked them out of the.
So was able to help James Allen win that game to propel them into the championship game to face Legion. Who you got, Coach?
He had a big day yesterday. We watched a lot of that game. Like Drew said, it was basically a semifinal. My player of the day yesterday comes from the first game that we had. Wando, when they took on Northwestern. Sorry, didn't want to come out. Wando and Northwestern. Early. We had a pitcher's duel yesterday morning. Had a 3-1 final. Wando was the winner. But my player of the day, I actually got 2 players from that game. But the player of the day was Max Whitmer. He's a catcher and a right-handed pitcher. We've seen him catch 2 days so far. Thursday and Friday. He did a great job behind the plate. Swings the bat well. On the mound yesterday, he was very good. Got up into the low to mid 80s on the mound. Struggled a little bit in the first inning, not really struggled, but gave up a run. I think he mixed in a walk and a hit or 2, and gave up a run. And I said, well, we'll see how this goes. And settled in. I think he ended up going 6 innings, and he was tough. So I think just between the catching side, the hitting side, and the pitching, he had a big day for him yesterday.
Well, we've been able to see him at numerous events. Going to be a great two-way player for the Wando Warriors. So we'll get to see him a little bit today, but it's been exciting to see him over the weekend and continue to get better. Will be a player to watch for sure.
Had him up to 84. 84 is where we were yesterday.
So talk about some top performers from the day here. I'm going to start us off with most of mine are 2024s, Coach, which is pretty cool. Matthew Dominiani, 2024 outfielder for the Ashley Ridge Foxes. Committed to College of Charleston. Really good kid, right? In the base, leadoff hitter for Ashley Ridge, gets the job done about every time. Can hit for power too, as we saw, hitting balls in the gaps. Really fun kid to watch play the game. So we'll have a scouting blog on him coming out here soon. But just a top performer he's been a top performer for the weekend, basically. Played well every day. But
I'm gonna stay on the same team. I'm going Ashley Ridge as well. I'm going with 24. He's also a 24 outfielder for Ashley Ridge. Cooper Godsave. He had a 2-run single late in that ball game yesterday. They were in a tight one with Riverside last night in the late game, and he had a 2-run single the other way. Kind of pulled him ahead, put it away for them. Cooper also hit a home run the day before, I believe, correct? Hit a home run the day before.
He did.
On Friday. So
it'll be day 2. So we feel like we're on day 10 here. But
all the days are running together. So he hit a home run on Friday, had a 2-run single late. I think he hit second or third in that order, right behind Dominiani. So
Hey, they got
the top of the order for Ashley Ridge.
Decent little lineup there at Ashley Ridge. As we know, they've got some arms, but the lineup's kind of been what's hidden, and it's starting to show they got a decent little team. So watch out for the Foxes this year. My next guy, whether you look at it as a top performer or a top prospect, and that is Cooper Parks, 2024 at York High School. Long, lean, athletic frame. I believe he's 6'3", 6'4", I want to say in that range. He was up to 90 early in the game. We had saw some 88s, but then popped some 9s. Overall, I think he's going to be a hell of a baseball player on the mound. Very projectable on the mound. Off speed was pretty good as well. He was able to keep those Oceanside hitters off balance for about 2 innings, and then they started seeing the velo and kind of teed off on it. But you know, with some developing of him, I think he could be a legit arm at the next level.
Yeah. Also a pretty good center fielder too.
Yes, he is.
Center field and hits. I think he hits lead off for York. So
yeah,
he's a good player. I'm gonna stay in that area up there. I'm going Northwestern. Right-handed pitcher. I said earlier we had a pitcher's duel in our first game yesterday morning, nice and early. Parker Carroll is a 25 right-handed pitcher, so he's a sophomore for Northwestern, and he was for 5 innings he was dealing. He had a no-hitter going to the 5th inning. We had an error, and then it kind of extended an inning. He ended up giving up a run, gave up a hit late in that game, but he was for the first 4 innings, man. He could have told them what was coming. They weren't going to hit it. So he was on fire, and I was down there. I was locked in on that pitcher's duel with him and Whitmer, and he did not disappoint. But he didn't give up an earned run, didn't give up his first run to the 5th, didn't give up his first hit to the 5th. So
hey, location matters, Coach.
Location matters. That's what they say.
That's what they say.
That's what I've heard.
Hey, do something cool here.
That's what we're doing today.
Hey, my next guy I want to talk about here is 2024 Eli Hudgens from Powdersville. I've seen him a good bit over the last couple of years. So, plays shortstop mainly for Powdersville, right-handed pitcher. The thing about him is uber competitor. It gets a little fiery over there, but that's a good thing, right? You want that in your quarterback on a really good football team. Good. So he came on the mounds up to 85, had him up to 83 last year, so he's made a little jump. At the shortstop, shows a big arm, and at the plate, switch hitter. He's popping balls. I think he had a big. I think they were down 4-2, I believe. And he had a huge double into the gap to tie that ball game up 4-4, which Powdersville then just completely took control of the game.
11 spot in that inning, right?
Big 11 spot in that inning. So big day for him. I'm sure you'll see more come out on him throughout the next week. You got another one?
I'm staying up there in the upstate with him. I'm staying with Powdersville. I'm going with their leadoff man, 2024. Braden Williams plays a little infield, plays a little outfield, plays a little right-handed pitcher, plays a little bit of everything. Braden had 4 RBIs yesterday. That was the reason they kind of caught my eye. But he's had, I believe, I wrote down 5 hits so far on the weekend here in the tournament. But 4 RBIs yesterday. Like I said, they were down 4-2 going into that. What was that, 4th inning?
Yeah, 4th inning
maybe, and down 4-2 and just scored. I think it was 12 that inning. Just took off. But Braden had 4 RBIs out of the leadoff spot, and he kind of sets the table for that Powdersville lineup. That's going.
Well, he's had a great week.
He's going to have a. They've run up on some tough competition so far this week.
They have.
They're going to have a big season.
He's had a big week. That's Paget's Swiss Army knife, as we like to say.
That's right.
So he's a good one to have over there at Powdersville. And he had been telling me about him. Got hurt at the end of last year. So it's been exciting to see him kind of take off here. I've got 2 more here, Coach.
I stopped at 3. I got 3 today. Sorry.
We got 2024 Jake Klein, left-handed pitcher from Oceanside Collegiate. Pitched against York. It was good the whole entire game. Fastball was up to 84, but it was the pitchability that allowed him to stay out of trouble in innings. Smaller frame, but had some movement on the ball and was able to locate very well. We said location matters here. So big day for him. And then 2023 Tyler Champagne for Legion Collegiate. He's committed to Limestone College. Played well at the plate. I think he had a couple hits, collected a couple hits. Then hopped on the mound, was up to 85. Smaller frame, but he's got a live arm. quick arm action. So he came in and shut it because they were down 5-0 at that time. Came in the game to pitch, and I don't think he allowed another run, Coach, which is huge to propel them into the championship game.
We talked about that game yesterday morning. We said to pretty much had what we thought was going to be the semifinals picked out unless we had an upset.
That's right.
We came very close.
That's
We
right.
looked over there one time, it was 5-0, and I was getting a little nervous for the fighting Devin Lowry.
But hey, we got a great championship game today with James Island taking on Legion. So we're going to go here. Who you got?
Oh, wow. Put me on the spot here. Didn't
Put you on the spot.
Didn't know we were picking winners. I think both teams more than likely have. I don't know if how many pitchers we got left on either side. I don't know as far as the tournament. 4 games, 4 days. That's tough. I'm going James Island. Give me the Trojans.
It's going James Island.
Ask me why. I'm just taking it.
if you go back and look at the last podcast episode, Mr. Stewart here picked an incorrect championship game, but it looking like he's going to pick a correct champion. I had Legion taking down Oceanside in the championship, and I'm sticking with Legion now as they'll throw Xavier Pelzer going to the Gamecocks, left-handed pitcher here soon, who's going to be exciting to watch. Should be up to around 88. So I think he's going to keep these guys off balance. Now, granted, James Island's a great team. Younger team. We got them ranked 9th in the Power 25. But I think Legion Collegiate gets the job done. But all aside, we got other great games today. Ashley Ridge takes on Oceanside. That should be an interesting game.
Really good game.
2 close teams together. Powderfield Northwestern will be a competitive game. So we've got many games going on here with our first one about to start here in, Coach, 32 minutes. We got to get rolling.
We got an early start this morning.
That's right.
We've progressively gotten earlier every day.
That's right.
A lot of coffee, a lot of.
We got Mr.
downstairs. We'll see what we get.
Yeah, we got Mr. Espo coming in here in 30 minutes. The man, the myth, the legend. So that's going to wrap us up for our Day 3 recap. Now, Day 4 recap will be a part of the Palmetto Dugout show on tomorrow. So make sure you tune into that, as well as we will incorporate scout blogs, different things that have happened at this tournament, as well as the Optera Solutions Invitational. So make sure you stay tuned for that. So from all of us here at PBR South Carolina, have a great day.